I'm going to read chapter 12, The Search for the Wicked Witch. Before reading this, I let my video clip heard, and then a teacher who speaks English and told me, and I got some pronunciation problem. It's traditional problems which was found in Korean leaders or speakers. Sound is R and B or F, something like that. In fact, we don't speak those pronunciations in Korean. So, and then it's hard to pronounce them, and also we should know, leaders or learners should know. Rome wasn't built in a day, and by reading the story repeatedly, thinking about the kind of pronunciations, and read the story better than people. Same pattern, and then I'm going to read chapter 12, the other page. Here you go.
The Search for the Wicked Witch.
The soldier with green whiskers led them through the streets of emerald cities until they reached the rooms where the guardian of the gate
unlocked their spectacles to put them back in his great box, and then he politely opened the gate for our friends. "Which road leads to the Wicked Witch of the West?" asked Dorothy.
"There is no road," answered the guardian of the gate. "No one ever wished to go that way." "How, then, are we to find her?" inquired the girl.
Replied the man. "But when she knows you are in the country of the Winkies, she will find you, and make you all her slaves."
"Perhaps not," said the scarecrow. "Or we need to destroy her." "But that's different," said the guardian of the gate.
"It is different," said the guardian of the gates. "No one has ever destroyed her before. So naturally I thought she would make slaves of you, as she has of the rest."
"But take care, for she is wicked and fierce, and may not allow you to destroy her. Keep the west aware of the sunset, and we cannot fail to find her."
They thanked him and bade him goodbye, and turned toward the west, walking over fields of soft grass dotted here and there with daisies and buttercups.
Dorothy's face wore the pretty silk dress she had put on in the palace, but now, to her surprise, she found it was no longer green but pure white.
Toto's neck had also lost its green color, and was as white as Dorothy's dress. The Emerald City was soon left far behind.
As they advanced, the ground became rougher and hillier, for there were no farms nor houses in this country of the West, and the ground was
In
untreated.
the afternoon, the sun shone hot in their faces, for there were no trees to offer them shade. So that before night, Dorothy and Toto and the lion were tired, and lay down upon the grass and fell asleep.
With the woodman and the scarecrow keeping watch. Now, the Wicked Witch of the West had but one eye, yet that was as powerful as a telescope, and could see everywhere.
So, as she sat in the door of her castle, she happened to look around and saw Dorothy lying asleep with her friends all about.
They were a long distance off, but the Wicked Witch was angry to find them in the country, so she blew up on a silver whistle that hung around her neck.
Came running to her from all directions a pack of great wolves. They had long legs and fierce eyes and sharp teeth.
"Go to those people," said the witches, "and tear them to pieces. Are you not going to make them your slaves?" asked the leader of the wolves.
Of the wolves. "No," she answered. "One is of tin, and one of straw. One is a girl, and another a lion. None of them is fit to work, so you may tear them into small pieces."
"Very well," said the wolf. and he dashed away at full speed, followed by the others. It was lucky the Scarecrow and the Woodman still were wide awake and heard the wolves coming.
"This is my fight," said the woodman, "so get behind me, and I will meet them as they come."
He seized his axe, which he had made very sharp, and as the leader of the wolves came on, Tin Woodman swung his arm and chopped a wolf's head from his body, so that it immediately died.
As he could raise his axe, another wolf came up, and he also fell under the sharp edge of the Tin Woodman's weapon.
There were 40 wolves. 40 times a wolf was killed, so that at last they all lay dead in a heap before the Woodman.
He put down his axe and sat beside the Scarecrow, who said, "It was a good fight, friend." They waited until Dorothy awoke the next morning.
The little girl was quite frightened when she saw the great fire of the stray wolves, but the Tin Woodman told her all,
saving them, and sat down to breakfast, after which they started again upon their journey.
Now this same morning, the Wicked Witch came to the doors of our castle, looked out with her one eye that could see far,
All her wolves lying dead, and the strangers still traveling through her country. This made her angrier than before, and she blew her silver whistle twice.
Straightway the great flock of the wild crows came flying toward her up to darken sky.
Which said to the King Crow, "Fly at once to the strangers, peck out their eyes and tear them to pieces." The wild crows flew in one great flock toward Dorothy and her companions.
When the little girl saw them coming, she was afraid, but the Scarecrow said, "This is my battle, so lie down beside me. You will not be harmed."
Will not be harmed. So they all lay upon the ground except the Scarecrow, and he stood up and stretched out his arms.
And when the crows saw him, they were frightened, as these birds always are blind scarecrows, and did not dare to come any nearer. But the King Crow said,
"It is only a stuffed man. I will peck his eyes out." The King Crow flew at the Scarecrow, who caught it by the head and twisted its neck until it died.
And then all the crows flew at him, and the Scarecrow twisted his neck also. There were 4 crows in 4 times. The Scarecrow twisted next until at last they all were lying dead beside him.
Then he called to his companions to rise, and again they went upon their journey.
When the Wicked Witch looked out again and saw all her crows lying in a heap, and she got into a terrible rage, blew 3 times upon her silver whistle.
Forthwith there was heard a great buzzing in the air, and a swarm of black bees came flying toward her.
"Go to the stranger and sting them to death," commanded the witch. And the bees turned and flew rapidly until they came to where Dorothy and her friends were working.
But the woodman had seen them coming, and the Scarecrow had decided what to do.
"Take out my sword and scatter it over the little girl and the dog and the lions, then startle the woodman, and the bees cannot sting them."
This the woodman did, and as Dorothy lay close beside the lion and held Toto in her arms, the straw covered them entirely.
The bees came and found no one but the woodman to sting, so that they flew at him and they broke off all the stings against the tin without hurting the woodman at all.
Bees cannot live when their stings are broken. That was the end of the black bees, and they lay scattered thick about the woodman, like little heaps of fine coal.
Then Dorothy and the lion got up, and the girl helped the tin woodman to put the straw back into the Scarecrow again until it was as good as ever.
So they started upon their journey once more.
The Wicked Witch was so angry when she saw her black bees in a little heap like it's fine coal, and she stamped her foot and tore her hair and gnashed her teeth.
A dozen of her slaves, who were the Winkies, and gave them sharp spears, telling them to go to the strangers and destroy them.
The Wickies were not brave people, but they had to do as they were told, so they marched away until they came near they could.
And sprang towards them, and the poor Winkies were so frightened that they ran back as fast as they could.
When they returned to the castle, the Wicked Witches beat them so well with a strap and sent them back to their work, after which she sat down to think what she should do next.
All her plans to destroy these strangers had failed. She was a powerful witch, as well as a wicked one, and she soon made up her mind how to act.
There was in her cupboard a golden cap with a circle of diamond and rubies running around it. This golden cap had a charm.
Whoever owned it could call 3 times upon the winged monkeys, who would obey any order they were given. But no person could command these strange creatures more than 3 times.
Twice already the Wicked Witch had used the charm of the cat. Once was when she had made the Winkies a slave and set herself to rule over their country.
The winged monkeys had helped her do this. The second time was when she had fought against the great Oz himself and had driven him out of the land of the West.
The winged monkeys had also helped her in doing this.
Nor could she use this golden cap, for which reason she did not like to do so until all her other powers were exhausted.
But now that her fierce wolf and her wild horse and her speed beasts were gone, and her slaves had been scared away by the colder lions, so there was only one
left to destroy Dorothy and her friends. So the Wicked Witch took the golden cap from her cupboard and placed it upon her head.
Then she stood on her left foot and said slowly, "Ippy, pippy, kake." Next stood off her right foot and said,
Her right foot and said, "Hello, hello, hello." After this she stood upon both feet and cried in a loud voice, "Zizzy, Zoozy, Zick." Now the charm began to work.
The sky was darkened, and a low, rumbling sound was heard in the air.
Crashing of many wings, a great chattering and laughing, and the sun came out of the dark sky to show the Wicked Witch surrounded by a crowd of monkeys.
Each with a pair of immense and powerful wings on his shoulders, one much bigger than the others, and seemed to be their leader.
He flew close to the witch and said, "You have called us for the 3rd and last time. What do you command?"
"Go to the stranger who are within my land and destroy them all except the lion," said the Wicked Witch. Okay, the half of chapter 12 is 10-minute length. I finished it, and okay, enjoy reading. Done.